Join the Discord if you want to harass me while I'm at work.
It's been a hell of a day, guys. It has been a hell of a day. This is my second time filming this entire intro because I was streaming the first one. I don't know where I was streaming it or how, but I hit the streaming button, so I was streaming it somewhere. Rise of Nations update. Yeah, Santa Claus really puckered up and gave us a fat smooch in the balls for this one, ladies and gentlefolk, because, God, it has been a while. This update list has a lot of stuff, some mid-ship, mostly mid-ship, but some cool shit as well. Not a lot of cool shit, though. I'm not going to waste any of your time, I'm not going to blue ball you, I'll throw you right in the... It's been 7 months since the last major update, folks. Oh, you kind of just left us with our limp dicks in our hands here waiting, but... Again, I'll not waste your time, we'll get right into this. Political leaders. These are people that you can hire to your government and may provide different effects depending on their level. For the political leaders, you click your flag, country, leaders. A toddler will be able to find this button, but then you click the recruit new leaders. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure each country has their own leaders. I'm too lazy to go look, you'll find the fuck out. I'm like 99% sure, don't worry. Each country should have their own. You're looking at, what's it called? Looking at different stats for each, so there's no point in really running over the stats, but that's the idea of how they work. And you can see they cost political power to upkeep and implement, much like a policy. Revamped government spending, this one's pretty big. The government spending has now been divided into security, healthcare, government, and education spending, each providing different effects. Spending is now on a wider scale of 0 to 8 levels. I mean, what I said was pretty self-explanatory, but flag, economy, economic laws in you here. This little come menu is the, So essentially, Island Strat's ruined, because you max these all out, and even playing as Chad, we'll see my economy goes to shit, because the expenses menu goes through the fucking roof. At the max, military spending, understandably, will increase your military. Government spending, normal one, gives you more base stability and political power. Security gives you more base stability, war exhaustion. This is good because it gives you a way to fund rebels. Before, when people would fund rebels in your country, there's really jack shit you could do. Education spending is all about the research and unrest and political gain and stuff like that. The healthcare spending is also, as most things you'll find here, they're going to have a stability gain, and the research spending is really self-explanatory. It's going to change how much your research goes up by. Military readiness. This determines how ready your military is, and gives nerfs or buffs depending on how high it is. If it's low, then it'll take away attack and defense. Determined by the new military spending, which changes the base military readiness in exchange for higher or lower military upkeep cost. So no, common misconception might be that this is determined by how long the military's been alive for, but no, it's actually determined sheerly and only by the military spending. This is determined by the military spending, which I just covered. You can see the bars all the way down here, so this is looking like shit. If I go back and I put it all the way up, you'll see the military readiness start jumping all the way up. Revamped military leaders. You can now choose from a pool of military leaders, which refreshes every new year, rather than being generated on the spot. So instead of doing luck of the draw, kind of press this please, you get a pool, and you can choose which ones you might want. Same thing as before, you absolute Neanderthals. Go to military leaders. Boom, you're there. Now you'll never guess what you click next. Recruit a new leader, that's right. These leaders, completely random, 100% I can promise you that. They'll change every year. And what you do, same thing. Always 300 political power to implement. They don't change in that. All of them are always 300 political power. Then you can kind of see as I go through this, they have a little second word, which is different per leader. They'll give like a really unique thing. Like they got movement, tank attack, XP bonus, defense, XP bonus. If you look at the top, you'll see it's a consistent XP bonus and defense and attack. Capture zones. Added the ability to designate groups of cities. Added the ability to designate groups of cities to be quick selected and chosen for auto capture. So this one took some tweaking to find, but the way you do this is in this menu here, there's going to be something called capture zone. You're going to go create capture zone, enter its name, and then you go boom, 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 create. Still. Now I do this, auto capture, and subscribe. And you'll see, if I form a line, and these guys auto capture the subscribe area, they will only go to the selected cities that I told them to go to. Tiles. Now if you're curious how I'm selecting tiles like this, I'm just holding down shift on my keyboard and then I'm just clicking. That's really it, and it'll give you a tile. Missions. Added the capability for countries to complete missions which behave like partial formables. Now, you know HyperAnt. He couldn't give us a lot of missions. He was really strapped down trying to pump out this update. Man, such a short time frame. Only 7 months to work on an update for a Roblox game? How silly of us to think that he can give us more than one mission. I'd just like to point out that this one city is now a thing, so that's gonna be super annoying. Anyways, something to talk about. Modifiers. So this guy right here, you'll notice it's the modifier because not only is it at the bottom, but it also has the Greek flag next to it. But essentially what it does, and it'll be like this for most modifiers, is it doesn't change your country or the name or anything like that, but it'll give you a little bit of stability, some political power, and it'll give you that popular war support modifier. We got the Megalese idea to Greece. Okay? No more, no less. And you be grateful for what you have. New policies. Added 7 policies notable for having resource upkeep. If your dumb fucking little noodle up top doesn't know what resource upkeep's referring to, it's referring to the fact that when I press policy, it's going to say, hey, you're going to have an income of at least 0.1 steel every tick if you want this. The 7 new policies are the Aircraft Subsidization Act, Computer Advancement Act, Fortification Act. This one seems really fucking good, by the way. Isotope Research Act, the Mass Construction Act, and finally the Power Generation Act. God, I love this one. Jesus. As a true and through democracy player for funsies, this is game-changing. This makes the most amount of money you could ever make very different. QOL. Random shit. Basically just saying small shit. Minor shit. I'm gonna bust through this really quickly, though. Yeah. Added minimum unit percentage to auto-capture menu. This determines the minimum percentage of unit strength that the unit can auto-capture. The way he uses strength here is a little confusing. I like to think of it as health. So it's basically just, we've got 40k here, and if I set it to 50, it won't auto-capture until it's recovered at least 20k. Added scroll bar to unit and building windows, as well as the ability to cancel units and building construction. Added alert siege. Automatically on for capital. Toggled. Added ability to assign keybinds for military groups. So after clicking 4, it automatically selects this guy. So you can use the less than and greater than keys to navigate the lower right Windows pages. Added population field in the economy cities tab. Clicking on flags in the city menu will now select all 4 cities. Shift clicking on tiles now keeps the selection rather than clearing them. You can now select the military group per branch, ground, air, naval when building units. Added ability to toggle earth textures. I mean, who the fuck? I'm sorry to interrupt, but who the hell in their right mind is ever playing on this setting? You are a Satanist scum if you ever play on this setting. Unironically, I feel like the earth textures one's gonna be the one I use the most, unless it's just like a high resolution and low resolution one. Changes. Attackers are more efficient against the naval unit. Oh, that's a frigate. And boom. The attacker will absolutely destroy the frigate. With taking minimal damage itself, but attacker versus frigate, attacker wins. Versus a destroyer. Instantly starts taking the hit. Starts dealing damage right away too. Oh, it's even. Attackers and destroyers are even. I have a feeling the attacker might barely come out on top. Oh. Never mind, destroyer beats attacker, and by default battleship will also beat an attacker. Dynamic flags. Again, Hyperant forced to work his ass off. He couldn't give us that many. We got 3 whole dynamic flags. The dynamic flags are here. This is the Socialist Argentina. This is the Nationalist Argentina. This is the Socialist Australia. This is the Nationalist Australia. This is the Socialist Algeria. And this is my personal favorite out of all of them. And it is the Nationalist fuck, I may have said Argentina. Algeria. They added some skins as well. So we got the absolute Giga Chad looking infantry for Russia World War II. Honestly, this one's my favorite infantry so far. The Rebel one and the France one are also really cool. I actually don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna shut up. Anyways, these other skins all the way down here. We're gonna start with the United Kingdom Modern. It's the tank. Aircraft carrier. Looks pretty cool. Battleship. Looks mid. Destroyer. Mid. Frigate. Mid. Submarine. Sucks. It's the default one. And then all the way over here, we've got the infantry. Nah, it's aight. Not terribly. Kinda aight. Anti-aircraft. Aight. Transport aircraft. Cool. Fighter. Eh. Bomber. Eh. Fighter. Or attacker. Eh. Mid skin pack. Yeah, see? Japan, World War II. Tank, aircraft carrier, battleship, destroyer, submarine, transport. All very cool, in my opinion. And infantry, pretty good. Artillery, good. Anti-aircraft, aight. Transport aircraft, good. Fighter, good. Bomber, good. Attacker, good. I like this one a lot. Roman Empire. This one's gonna be pretty sick. Amazing tank. Oh! Oh my... Oh! 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 Oh, that's nice. That's it. Oh! Oh, that's my new skin right there. Added the release polls. Got 12 new release polls in India. Next up is Pakistan. Pakistan's left as a little nub, and you can see that's what it turns into. So. Added these formables. Last up, we've got all the added formulas. Formables. We've got the Assay Sultanate, a K Sultanate, I don't know, formed by... okay. Bungsamoro Republic, formed by Bungsamoro. Chola Dynasty, formed by Dravida Nadu, which is that guy. Or Tamil Alam, which is that dude. Johor Sultanate. Johor. Okay. Raj of Sarawak, formed by Sarawak. Khalistan, Sikh Empire, formed by Khalistan. Sultanate of Sulu, formed by Bungsamoro. Tibetan Empire, formed by, you wouldn't guess, Tibet. United Papa, either formed by West Papa or Papua New Guinea. United Provinces of China will be formed by anything in China. And the United Turkic States will be formed by any of the Turkic states. This is the rework of China. We've gotten tons of new things. And they removed Qin Dynasty. If you don't know what this is, Qin Dynasty is literally when Shanghai would get released from China. I think it's Shanghai. You could form basically you retake everything China had except Tibet. I'm gonna ask you guys to like, subscribe, click it, smash it, suck it, and fuck it. I don't care. Just hit the subscribe button, join the Discord, and most importantly, you know those pesky college funds you have? Yeah. Well, little did you know, college is actually optional. You don't have to go. So, donate those in the comment section. Super thanks. Bye-bye. Fuck off.